The Corvette C7 Z06 produces 650 horsepower from a supercharged V8 that was developed directly from a race program. It weighs 1,528 kilograms. It does 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. It was built with a single purpose: to be the fastest production Corvette ever made at the time it launched. BMW's answer to it is a 4-door sedan that fits 5 people, has a back seat, and goes to the school run on Tuesday morning. And on certain roads, on certain days, that sedan keeps up. This matchup shouldn't exist on paper. One car is a dedicated 2-seat American sports car with a supercharged V8, a track suspension package, and carbon ceramic brakes as a factory option. The other is a family performance sedan from Munich with a twin-turbo straight-six, 4 doors, and enough trunk space for airport luggage. The fact that these two cars are being compared in the same sentence is the story. The G80 M3 competition is so fast, so capable, and so aggressively engineered that it forced its way into conversations with cars from a completely different category. And the C7 Z06, despite its power and pedigree, found itself defending against something it was never designed to face. This is what happens when a sedan stops knowing its place. Chevrolet launched the C7 Z06 in 2015 and immediately served notice to every performance car manufacturer globally. The LT4 engine, a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 with a positive displacement Eaton blower bolted to the top, produced 650 horsepower and a torque figure of 881 Newton-meters that arrives with the blunt force of a sledgehammer. There is no waiting for a power band. There is no turbo spool. There is just instant, relentless, mechanical thrust from the moment you press the throttle. 0 to 60 in 2.95 seconds with the automatic. Quarter mile in 11.2 seconds. Top speed of 290 kilometers per hour. Rear-wheel drive only. No all-wheel drive option. No electronic safety net beyond the standard stability systems. The Z06 expects the driver to manage what the engine produces, and what the engine produces is more than enough to punish inattention. The G80 M3 competition arrived in 2021 carrying the S58 twin-turbo inline-six, a 3.0-liter unit producing 503 horsepower and 650 Newton-meters of torque. The engine is shared with the M4, but tuned specifically for the M3's character. Slightly different cooling, revised mapping, and a powertrain calibration that suits the sedan's heavier, longer platform. 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds in rear-wheel drive trim. Spec the M xDrive all-wheel drive system, and that drops to 3.1. The 8-speed M Steptronic gearbox shifts in milliseconds in its fastest mode, and the S58 pulls with genuine aggression from 2,650 revolutions per minute all the way to the top end, a flat, insistent torque curve that rewards hard driving in every gear. The G80 weighs 1,730 kilograms. Against the Z06's 1,528 kilograms, that's a 200-kilogram penalty that carries real consequences on a road course. The M3 is not a light car. BMW made peace with that by tuning the chassis to handle its own mass with exceptional precision. The M xDrive system's rear-biased torque delivery, the active M differential, and the electronically adjustable dampers combine to produce a car that feels considerably lighter in motion than its curb weight suggests. Nürburgring lap time for the G80 M3, 7 minutes, 49 seconds. For a 4-door sedan carrying 4 adults worth of interior space, that number is genuinely shocking. On a drag strip from a standing start, the Z06 has a significant advantage in rear-wheel drive trim. 650 horsepower through 2 rear tires with launch control active produces a 0 to 60 that the RWD M3 cannot match. The M3 needs M xDrive to get close, and even then, the Z06's power advantage and lighter weight give it the edge through the quarter mile. Z06, 11.2 seconds in the quarter. M3 competition xDrive, around 11.5 to 11.7 depending on conditions. The Corvette wins the straight, clearly and consistently. The road course is where the conversation shifts. The Z06 is a sports car, 2 seats, a cabin designed around performance priorities, a ride quality in standard mode that communicates every imperfection in a road surface directly to the occupants, a wide body that requires thought in tight car parks, a supercharged V8 that drinks fuel with the enthusiasm of something that genuinely does not care about running costs. The M3 is a family sedan. 4 doors, rear seats that fit adults, a boot that holds luggage, and a daily driving refinement that makes running it every single day an entirely reasonable proposition. The magnetic dampers have a comfort mode that genuinely works on normal roads. The S58 engine, for all its aggression in Sport Plus, settles into a quiet, efficient touring mode that the LT4 supercharger simply cannot offer. This is the context that makes the performance comparison absurd. The LT4 is already supercharged from the factory, which changes the tuning conversation. Larger blower pulley, fuel system upgrade, supporting tune, Z06 builds are producing 750 to 800 horsepower on reliable street setups. The platform has genuine headroom above the factory output, and GM's all-aluminum block handles the additional stress well. The S58 in the M3 starts from a lower number but climbs steeply. Stage 1 software alone pushes past 550 horsepower. Upgraded turbos and hardware get it to 650, 700 at the wheels. A built S58 M3 on M xDrive all-wheel drive running 700 horsepower is a different matchup against a tuned Z06 entirely. The C7 Z06 is the faster car, by design. Purpose-built, track-proven, and carrying more raw power than anything at its original price had any right to offer. Buying one means accepting a sports car's compromises in exchange for a sports car's rewards. The M3 G80 competition redefined what a performance sedan means at this price point. 503 horsepower, Nürburgring-tuned chassis, all-wheel drive traction, and a back seat, packaged together at a price that enters the same conversation as a dedicated sports car producing 147 more horsepower. The C7 Z06 was the peak of the front-engine Corvette era. GM then went mid-engine, naturally aspirated, flat-plane crank, and built something that took the fight to an entirely different level. The M3's response to the C8 Z06? That conversation involves track times, tire bills, and at least one driver who genuinely didn't see the sedan coming in their mirrors.